Welcome to Quran Stories Animated. In every episode, we share the timeless lessons of the Holy Quran, the stories of prophets, their trials and patience, their faith and obedience to Allah. These stories guide us, inspire us, and remind us of Allah's wisdom and mercy. Join us as we bring the words of the Quran to life. The days in Mecca grew heavier for the believers. The Quraysh could no longer ignore the message. Their anger rose as Islam continued to spread. But the Prophet stood firm with calm dignity. His heart was anchored in trust in Allah. Every hardship only strengthened his mission. He comforted the weak with gentle words. He promised them that Allah was with the patient. Light continued to grow in hidden places. Faith began to shine even in the darkest corners. They mocked the early Muslims in the streets. Yet their hearts remained unshaken. Women walked with quiet courage. Men prayed despite threats and insults. Children whispered verses they had heard. Every believer carried a spark of truth. The Prophet reminded them of paradise. He taught them to forgive and endure. Their tears became a testimony of faith. Their strength amazed even their enemies. Some Quraysh gathered in secret councils. They argued about how to stop Islam. Some demanded violence, others demanded exile. But none agreed on what to do. The message was stronger than their plans. Allah was guiding the course of history. The Prophet walked past them calmly. His face shone with tranquility and purpose. His mission was beyond their understanding. Mercy flowed from him like a river. The believers met quietly in Dar al-Arqam. They learned the Quran in low voices. The Prophet taught them verses of hope. He strengthened their spirits with wisdom. They felt safe in his presence. Their hearts were filled with certainty. The Quran healed their wounds of fear. Every revelation brought renewed strength. The room glowed with the light of faith. Islam continued to grow like dawn in the night. The Quraysh sent their strongest men to threaten him, but the Prophet only smiled in patience. He said, Allah will protect his message. His words carried power beyond swords. They feared him, but could not explain why. A truth was rising they could not stop. They felt the weight of divine destiny. Even their anger could not shake him. His steps were steady and full of purpose. His character softened even the hardest hearts. Bilal walked through the desert sands. He whispered Ahad with courage. His body was wounded, but his heart unbroken. The angels heard his voice with pride. The Prophet prayed for his strength. Every believer felt honored by his sacrifice. The desert itself seemed to echo his words. The Quraysh were confused by his entrance. They did not understand the power of faith. Bilal became a symbol of unshakable truth. A group of Muslims sought refuge in prayer. Their tears fell onto the earth like pearls. The Prophet stood among them in compassion. He asked Allah to ease their burdens. He reminded them of prophets who came before. He showed them the path of patience. Their hearts softened with gratitude. Their wounds felt lighter under his guidance. Their unity became their greatest strength. Islam began to form a community of love. Rumors spread across Mecca like dust in the wind. People whispered about miracles and wisdom. Some hearts opened quietly, others resisted fiercely, afraid of change. But the message kept entering homes, and the Quran transformed souls in silence. No threat could erase what Allah had revealed. No insult could weaken divine truth. The believers walked with new confidence. The city began to feel the shift of destiny. The Prophet walked to the Kaaba at night. He looked at the idols surrounding it. He knew their time was coming to an end. He raised his eyes to the sky and prayed. The stars shone with timeless beauty. He asked Allah to strengthen his community. He asked for guidance for those who mocked him. His mercy reached even those who harmed him. His heart held no hatred, only compassion. The night carried his prayer to the heavens. Mecca slept unaware of its future, but the angels knew what was coming. A new chapter of revelation was near. The believers dreamed of a world of justice. The Prophet prepared for the next stage. His mission was unfolding according to Allah's plan. Hardship had shaped the first seeds of Islam. Patience had built its foundation. Faith had become unbreakable, and the dawn of change was rising over Mecca. Thank you for watching Quran Stories. The stories of the Holy Quran are lessons for all time about faith, patience, and guidance. We hope this story inspired you and reminded you of Allah's wisdom. Subscribe and continue with us as we share more timeless lessons from the Holy Quran.